Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you this mixed media painting process involving a zebra, and I'm going to show you how to create an easy abstract background with spray paint, markers, stencils, and acrylics, and there will be links in the description to all the products that I am using today for this video. And while you watch me create this painting today, I'd like to talk about some of the thoughts that I've been having lately about belonging versus fitting in. And the zebra seemed to be a really good symbol for that particular subject. Because let's face it, zebras kind of stick out like a sore thumb. Anyway, this whole thing has come about because I have often my whole life felt like a misfit, and fitting in was never something that I tried very hard to do. But being authentic and not compromising that authenticity can often result in becoming somewhat of a misfit. When we're trying to fit in, we constantly have to assess the people or situations around us in order to conform to these invisible guidelines for acceptance that are set forth by that group. This process of suppression of one's true self can become not only exhausting, but it results in the loss of identity to a certain extent. We can start to adhere to the beliefs of the people around us because we suddenly feel this sense of belonging, not realizing that what we're actually feeling is a false sense of belonging. The presentation of this fake self is not sustainable because at some point you're gonna let your guard down and your real self is gonna come out. And when that happens, there can often be this negative reaction from those you were trying so hard to win over. But if you have a real sense of belonging, you don't feel the need to mask your true self. Unfortunately, at a young age, some of us are given our first major test to maintaining our sense of belonging. Yep, grade school. This is where we learn about social hierarchy and where we fit into it or don't. So when I was a kid, I was never popular. I wasn't cool. I certainly didn't follow trends, nor was I a trendsetter by any leap of the imagination. I wasn't influenced by fashion or celebrities. I was considered to be a bit on the weird side, and my antisocial tendencies probably didn't help that situation at all. In fact, my mother had to tell me to go out and make a friend. Which wasn't very easy because I was never all that concerned with trying to get people to like me in general. In short, I was never really a victim of peer pressure. A perfect example of this was in 5th grade, a boy asked me out, and I responded with a polite but very firm, "No, I'm 10 and too young for that kind of commitment." And that was clearly the wrong answer, because after that, I was pretty much shunned by my peers for not becoming the latest 5th grade romance gossip. Classmates literally stopped talking to me and instead made fun of me. And this situation was worsened when the very same year I got braces and glasses. I should have been granted the opportunity to give an unacceptance speech. However, since I really didn't care that much about what people thought of me, the shunning had already been experienced in grades leading up to this moment, I remained relatively unaffected. So, how does this all tie into being an artist? Well, first of all, as an artist, knowing that drawing, painting, sculpting, and anything pertaining to the physical act of creating art is ultimately a skill set that can be cultivated and refined. But creativity, on the other hand, is something that comes from within. In fact, it comes directly from your authentic inner self. So, if you're creating art based on what you think others are going to like, that's not authentic creativity. If you're creating art based off of what is trending in the art world on Instagram, that is not authentic creativity. Creativity comes from your true self. It comes from the authenticity that you want to present to the world, using imagery, colors, and/or texture to symbolize your most inner thoughts or feelings. That artwork is going to be far more impactful and authentic. Which isn't to say that every piece of art that you create is going to resonate with every single person out there in the whole entire world, because, to be honest, there's no such thing as universal popularity. So if you're aiming for that, it ain't gonna happen. However, being authentic, being true to yourself is an accomplishment in itself. I am a misfit. I've always been kind of a misfit. And like the zebra, I didn't always visually seem to fit into my surroundings. But I'm okay with myself being the way that I am. And I think that everyone should be comfortable within their own skin and accept themselves for who they are. If you love yourself, and you accept yourself, it's going to be a lot easier to create from a place of authenticity. And so what if not every person likes what you create? It doesn't really matter, because you did what you came to do. You were you. And you should wear your stripes proudly. Anyway, guys, I love you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.